Excuse me. Welcome in to the Megawar Collective, my friends. This is a sacred place and a holy place. I am a medium. I can speak to your loved ones in heaven, and I'm doing free medium readings for you guys tonight. Also, you can drop your questions for the tarot cards. I am an intuitive tarot card reader as well. Some people might call it psychic. I don't know. Talcum powder. I actually have some on. Can you smell? Can you like psychically smell me? Questions in the comments, my friends. Make sure you're following me, and if you'd like a reading from a loved one who has passed on, tell me their name and your relationship to them, please. My ex-husband better not be watching. Get out. Ross. I wouldn't marry someone named Ross. Though I am a Rachel. I'm considering legally changing my name to Meg Magdalene. Because ever since I was a little girl, people thought I was a prostitute. Chanel. Let me see if I can find out. The 8 of Wands with the 8 of Pentacles reversed. And normally, like, I'd like to have a lot more information from you. Like, if I were doing a real reading for you in person, I'd ask you what the whole situation of the court is. I'll tell you what I see for it. It looks like he's been off work for a while, and keeping you stuck in some way, keeping perhaps a young lady, a young daughter, or somebody stuck. I get a sense that he's being urged or pressured to do more. So is this about custody? Is it about a legal matter? Is it about finances? If you want to tell me what it is. But what I'll tell you what it says is he's being pressured to do more. And there's been some... Oh, he's in jail. Okay. Are you asking me, will he get out? Chanel's ex-husband is locked up. Will he be released or will he serve a sentence? I would say not much of anything happened in court today. That's why I don't really see a whole lot of much. It looks like not much forward movement, but some pressure to like get things done. Will he remain in lockup or will he be released, please? It's not answering your question, Chanel. Sorry about that. Usually it does, but all it's giving me is like priestess and empress. That's kind of like me and you. But it looks like it's kind of not your concern. Hopefully it's kind of good, or I guess he might not be seeing your kids or something like that, but okay, good. If that resonates for you, then perfect. It looks like not much happened today in court. I think things will stay as they are for a little while, and do you guys have a daughter or something? Probably best off that he's there. Yeah, welcome into the Megawatt Collective, everybody. I do medium readings, and I can provide insight on important matters in your life. Okay, so I saw your daughter, and I saw him, you know, them being apart is probably a good thing. Guys, if you have important things happening in your life, I'm not going to ask about these kind of minor romances. This is a sacred practice for me. I'm talking to God. So imagine if you had an opportunity to talk to God, what would you ask God? Or imagine if you had an opportunity to talk to somebody who was dead, what would you ask them? Approach it in that way. Debbie, Debbie's son has made her life difficult. Will she ever get liberation from these difficulties? 333 is coming out, which generally means some kind of progress will occur. 3 of Wands means future. 3 of Hearts means congratulations. But 3 of Swords means heartbreak. You will get relief from it, Debbie. However, be careful what you wish for almost. Because it would be painful for you to, like, not have to deal with your son's issues. You know what I mean? How old is he? I think I see your husband here as well. Or is this him? Does your son have children? Okay. Your son's not going to change, if that's your question. It kind of depends on what your question is. I guess it's a bit of a, will we get relief from it? Could mean so many different things. It could mean that he's not in your life anymore. Do you want that? And if you do want that, you got to be careful what you're asking tarot cards for. I guess I do predictions, but predictions depend on what you pray for. So, like if I were you coming to tarot cards, I would be asking the cards, how can I support my son and myself? That kind of thing. Karina, welcome in. So for Debbie, how can she best support herself in her relationship with her son? How can she look out for her own well-being in her relationship with her son? So in that case, Debbie, it wouldn't be your responsibility to provide him with funds, but to just do what you can. What is his, what's his trauma? What's his 10 of Swords? What's his, deep wound? Is it addictions? Okay. So it's his responsibility to take care of his own mistakes. Your responsibility is not, you don't need to pay for his crimes, literally. That's not your role as a mother. Basically, a message for you, like what the message will be for you, Debbie, is that you can only control yourself. You can't control him. You can't be begging him to change. You can't be bailing him out. He can only change of his own free will, and who knows whether he will or not. What you have to do, and probably if you have a husband or whoever this we is take care of your own heart and soul. Grieve the disappointment that you've had in your son. Lean on some spiritual communities if you have that available to you. Lean on God. Lean on each other. Focus on your own wellness, your own well-being, your own mental health, and love him. And that is where you will get relief. So I think a lot of people look at the material realm, and you might come in and say, will I ever get relief from my son's misbehavior? And it's not the kind of relief that you are envisioning. Like if you think that he's ever going to like stop doing this, that's not really realistic. Or if you think you're going to get the lottery and be able to bail him out of jail, that's not the kind of relief that God would provide to you. But the kind of relief that God would provide to you is like through prayer. Like you can get relief in certain ways. You're not sure if you'll ever see him again. I think I'm not understanding your concerns in the situation. It's like, is he going to jail for life? No, like you would see him again. That's foolish, actually. You will see him again. It's only robbery. He's not going to jail for life. If you want to, you can see him again. That's your choice. It's up to you. I don't see it in the cards that you wouldn't or something. Okay? You can work it out with your son. You can have a relationship with your son. It's up to you. You get to decide if you foster your relationship with him or if you walk away from him. It depends on what relief means to you, I think. For some people, relief would mean you never see him again. And for some people would mean you help him. So I guess I'm not sure how you would define it for yourself. But what I see here for you and your son is that you can work it out. He's looking at 2 life for robbery. That's not what I see. I see everything working out in the end in some way. They don't put people away for life for robbery. What did he steal? A baby? They don't even put you in jail if you steal babies. I don't, yeah, it just says things will work out. 10 of Cups and 8 of Pentacles means you will be happy again. Okay, Debbie? You will be happy again. You're going to have to define that for yourself. You can ask unlawful imprisonment. Okay. Are you in Canada? Or somewhere else in the world where I'm unfamiliar with the laws? Asia. Do I see any children in the future for Asia? Asia, were you telling me that you're doing fertility treatment? Okay, Debbie, I'm so sorry if you're in the United States and they put your son away for life for an armed robbery. I'm sorry for that injustice. I don't see it turning out that way, though. So Asia has been doing IVF. Asia, do you have a partner or are you single? Can I ask you? Because you're showing as 9 of Pentacles. So just for my own clarity. Making sure that this is you I'm seeing, Asia. You do have a partner. Does your partner... How committed is her partner? Are you married to a masculine or a feminine? Or if they're gendered, please tell me man or woman. Asia, I do potentially see you having a baby, although I don't know if it's at this time. How old are you? Okay. So she's married and she's starting IVF in June. Will she get pregnant? Eventually in your life, I do see you having a baby. I do. But I don't know if this IVF and everything is the answer. How long have you been married? Your partner's not in your cards. I do see a child in your future, though. Yeah, I would like to elaborate for you. But just tell me, how long have you been married? Because your partner's not in your cards. But I do see a child in your future. What's his name? It's possible that he would block me from reading him if he were like heavily opposed to tarot or anything like that. But I see you having a baby by yourself. Okay? You're coming as 9 of Pentacles twice. I'm getting 6 of Hearts, which means children. I'm getting 3 of Wands, which means future. And I'm getting 8 of Hearts, which means leaving. That's what I see, okay? It's, yes, I see you being a mother. Yes, I do. I see you being a mother. What I don't see is your husband. I don't see another person. I'm getting this very clearly. Very clearly. If I were you, I would be choosing, yeah, you'd be happy as with a child by yourself. I see happiness there for you. But your husband doesn't fully want a baby. This is really common, guys. Really common. Asia, like, you need to be aware that the man you're with doesn't really want this baby. No, he's not in the cards at all. He's not present on the board. You're welcome, my sweet. Kate is asking me, Kate is dissatisfied with herself. She lives in a body that she doesn't like. How can I help her? Hi, Denise or Dennis. Denise, I'm from Newfoundland, which is on the east coast of Canada. It's an Irish-ish accent. Irish heritage. But yeah, we can sound Australian. I've heard that before too. I hear it in myself sometimes. For Kate, you're getting the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is the spotlight. Do you do content creation or anything? For Kate, is Kate still here? So the spotlight card is interesting to come out for you, I know, because if you have those confidence, those insecurities, but the message being put yourself on display a little bit more. I know that that's like your nightmare. It's the last thing you want to do, but I just feel like it's one of these things like ripping off the Band-Aid. Like once you kind of start to put yourself on display a little bit more, you get used to it. Now I'm not, you would need intense therapy if you have like extreme body dysmorphia and stuff. But these are just, this is just what I can provide with a little tarot. There's somebody who has a crush on you. And it looks to me like you have been mistreated by men in the past, and that contributes to your insecurities. Like there was a bit of abuse probably in your youth, either a father or an uncle or a husband. How old are you? How old is Kate, please? 39. So is that, do you have an ex-husband? Okay. Are you in a relationship, or have you ever had a relationship? I see movement, which can probably be indicating exercise, and I see like a cute boy. So go to the gym and you find yourself a cute boy. If you have extreme body dysmorphia, I'm not the one to talk to here, but the tarot cards for a little entertainment tells you that. Okay, she already has a boyfriend. Well, there's more than one. There's a couple in line here. There's a King of Wands and a King of Swords. But one of them, there's a King of Swords is somebody who's not that nice to you. Yeah, I just see you carrying over your traumas into your current life and your new relationship and stuff. So if this is childhood trauma stuff where your insecurity is rooted in how you were treated as a child, I can see that. And so you need some therapies. Have you done your therapies? You're supposed to be doing your therapies, girls. It says there's cute boys at the gym, so look, he will not go away. Somebody currently or in your future has a crush on you, Kate. He keeps coming out over and over. Spicy. And that's the put yourself on display card. It's like jump in the deep end anyway, even though you don't want to, or it's like, yeah, the water is icy cold, but you jump in anyway and then you get used to it. That's what it's like with, you know, the putting yourself out there kind of thing. You're welcome. He will not go away, I swear. King of Wands is like a boyfriendy type of guy. Eliza will things. Eliza's wondering about her romantic potential in Busan. If you can get over your fears, Eliza, if you can get over your anxieties and conquer those, and like you have some kind of anxieties that prevent you from really making connections, or if this is a specific connection you're asking about, your anxiety is betraying you a little bit, but you have the techniques to work on it to resolve your anxieties. It feels like they are momentary and fleeting, and you have the ability to like work through your anxious moments. 717 and 77 are angel numbers just blaring at me here. So yeah, you do have potential for things to work out romantically there, as long as you kind of keep your fears in check. Okay. Thank you guys for all of the hearts. It's so nice. Oh, I'm getting some gifties. Thank you guys so much. That is so nice of you. Lovely. Make sure you're following me too. I post like 3 or 4 readings a day for the collective. person giving me all these roses? Thank you. Oh my goodness, I could fill my room with roses. Nice. Jamie, is Edgar Jamie's soulmate, please? Is Edgar Jamie's soulmate? Jamie, Edgar is a good catch, it says. So soulmate is up to interpretation, but it says he's a good catch. Okay, so the thing with that about the other girls trying to derail, I think that's where they're talking about you need to overcome that jealousy, that fear and anxiety about that. And like, it's like if another girl can steal your man, let her steal him. Like, don't go clinging to some guy if he wants someone else. So there's not really any reason for you to have anxiety in that case. I wish someone told me that when I was 19. Diane, does Bradley have feelings for Diane? Yes. He does. I'm going to be here for about another 40 minutes. Does anybody want a medium reading where I talk to somebody in heaven for you? It's really what I come in here for. Yes. Oops. Button popped. North, you're curious? Lydia's here. Opa or Nona. Let's see what they have to say for Lydia today. Hello, grandparents. Lydia's here. Can we get a message for her? Who am I speaking to, please? Opa or Nona, who am I speaking to? I have Lydia here for Nona. Nona's here, Lydia. But she's confused. Did she have dementia toward the end? She has a bit of a confused energy. She says everything happened so fast. And who died first? Lydia? Did Opa die first? Or Nona? Everything happened so fast, she's saying. She's coming in a bit confused. I think she hasn't, Nona hasn't, I asked for Nona and I think she hasn't been like back. Okay. Yeah, so she says everything happened so fast and then I saw your grandfather. She's a little bit disoriented and I think she hasn't come back to, she hasn't visited back here before. I don't think she's a ghostie who lingers about the earth. I think this is her first time kind of like re-entering the material realm. But she's fine to be here and she says, oh, look who it is. It's Lydia. Look who it is, she says. But she was caught off guard. She wasn't expecting me to call her in. But I did feel like it was time for her to be visited for you. So I'll see what she has to say to you. I did also hear Opa telling you that he's proud of the way you're handling everything in your current situation. But I felt like Nona was the one that I should call in today. I think she hasn't been here before. She hasn't, like, unless I don't think she has, unless you've heard from another medium, but I don't think she has been. She and Opa are both very wise. She is kind of asserting herself as, I'm just as wise as him. I'm just as smart as him. And I can give you advice on marriage that he can't give you. All right, so Nona, what's your advice to Lydia? What's your advice to Lydia, please? She says Lydia knows what to do. Lydia knows what to do. She said Lydia has discernment. She also wants you to know that when she was young, she had similar choices to make in her life. It appears to me like Nona had to choose between two men at some point in her life, in her youth. And she had to have sharp thinking in the same way that you do now. But she has faith in you that you will make right choices. She's not so much giving you advice as telling you you know what to do. And Seven of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles says you're very protective over your children, just as she was very protective over her children. And she says your children will always have a father. I think their current dad will always be in their life, but even if you wherever life takes you, your children will always have a father and potentially a good stepfather in the future. She says marriage takes work, but you don't always have to do it. And then she gives me the single card. See that? Nine of Pentacles, single. Lydia, do you want to ask her any specific questions? Lydia, I see you having a good life ahead of you, okay? You need to know that. This season in your life won't define you. You're definitely on the right track. I can tell you 100%. You will. Like here, as before I answered your question just as you were asking it, you will have a good life. You have a good life ahead of you. And I think things are going to be reasonable between you and the father. I think he's going to like stick around and be reasonable about it to whatever extent men are capable of. Thank you, Nona. Anything in closing here, Nona? She's flattered that we thought to bring her in. And she said she didn't know she could do that, Nona says. She says, I didn't know I could come here. But now that she knows, she said, maybe I'll come back again. Three of Pentacles means good teamwork, good cooperation. She likes being in the group. So that's nice. Thank you, Nona. She is a Queen of Swords, so she's probably not an overly soft grandmother, but she's very sharp, she says. North? Are you asking for your dad, North? Make sure you guys follow me, please. You're welcome, Lydia. And North, what's your dad's name? Thomas. I have a newborn baby nephew named Thomas. And I have a step-grandfather named Thomas, who's just kind of lingering here now. I've never heard from my Thomas before. North's father, Thomas, please. North's father, Thomas, please. Here he is. King of Swords. Do you? Once, yeah, family names are nice like that. Your father says that there will be another Thomas in the future. Do you have a son named Thomas yet, North? And would you like me to call you by a different name for your dad to know, so your dad knows who you are? Is that your first name? Do you have a child yet, North? Oh, you're Tyler. Okay. You don't have a son yet? Okay, you do. Okay. But none of them are Thomas? So your dad is telling you there will be another Thomas in the future. Okay, maybe your brother will. Yes. I do think that somebody is either currently pregnant or will be in the foreseeable future. Somebody will be pregnant, and your dad is requesting that they name the child Thomas. Okay? Your dad is saying that he protects the children. You said you have 2 sons. So your dad protects the children. But somebody is pregnant in the near future. He's at peace. Do you wonder that? Have you ever spoken to your dad before? Have you ever had a medium reading from him? He is at peace, and he does check in on you though. Like you saw me a few minutes ago with the grandmother who said she'd never been back here before. Your father does come back and he checks in on you, and he probably drops little signs and messages to you guys, especially around your sons. I feel he probably blows the curtains in the wind or causes like a little glisten. I see a window and I see your children looking out the window, and I see your father like being in their presence at that time. It's not in a scary way at all. It's not like haunting at all. It's a protective energy. He comes in to just like check on them from time to time. It's like he's like father time. Like he just comes in to check on them and make sure that they're safe. He does protect their safety. It feels like you are asking if he is heavily burdened or if he has regrets. Are you like asking to yourself, does your dad have any regrets? Because he says like there were things that he couldn't finish while he was alive. There were things he was really trying to achieve and trying to finish, and he was trying to achieve closure, and he didn't necessarily get the closure that everybody would have wished for while he was alive. But he doesn't have regrets, and I feel like if he was a little bit sharp or a little bit more on the logical side when he was alive, he has softened now in the spirit realm, and he feels like a little bit fluffy. Especially toward your children. Like, he definitely has a sensitivity to his soul now. Like, his soul is soft and he is at peace. Okay. Tyler, do you want to ask him any questions? Now, this is freaky. I told you I have a nephew, Tyler, newborn. No, I told you I have a newborn nephew named Thomas. Well, his dad's name is Tyler. Isn't that kind of freaky? Okay. Was it really him asking Tyler to find something in the house? Dad, was there something in the house that you told Tyler to find? He's talking about your mom here, though, Tyler. Is your mom still alive? He's bringing her out twice here. So he's like, out of all of these cards, he had to talk about your mother twice to make sure that I didn't miss her. And so this thing that was missing in the house was something that your mother was stressing out about. And did your mother tell you to find it or something like that? Because I see your mother being involved. And he says, yes, you should find it for your mother or something. And then he wants to tell your mom goodbye. And he wants your mom to know that he's with her in her memories. Another medium? Yeah, I would say that was true. Because there is an item belong to your mother, or there's an item that what it looks like is your mother was stressed out about this item being lost. And he's like, yeah, you should find it for your mom. Do you know what the item was, though? Did the other medium tell you what it was? Because I can try. I mean, we don't really, my visions are probably not that strong, but he wants to tell your mother goodbye. Thomas, what's the last item? Do you want to tell me? It was hidden in an owl. Okay. Thomas, do you want to share with me what this last item is? Look. He's like, where is it? I don't know if you can see this picture very well. He says, what last item? Where is it? Can I get an image of what it might be? Something your mother needed, like a key. It was something similar to a key that she would have needed for some reason, for something, like to access something. But she doesn't need to worry about it anymore. So I hope your mom is not like losing sleep over it or something, because it's not really a huge issue, whatever it was. Nine of Cups and Devil is kind of saying, don't let her get like wrapped up in this. Don't let her get wrapped up in figuring that out. Okay? Does that make sense to you? Okay. So shall I put him to rest here, Tyler? Anything else left lingering for you? Okay, you're welcome. Okay, Thomas. He just continually says he's checking on the children. He's protecting the children. So Eliza is again asking for John. Am I getting that right? Was your name Eliza? And who is John to you? What's the relationship? Ex-boyfriend. Okay. What am I getting into here? Was he bad? How did he die? John? I have Eliza here for John. I'm not afraid of the bad ones, but oh, 10 of Cups. He loves you. He has a lot of love for you. You feel like his family to him. It's like you were his family. He gave you anxiety. I can see that he gave you anxiety. Six of Pentacles and Eight of Swords is a literal translation of giving and fear. Yeah. Yeah, he looks good though. He has 10 of Hearts, King of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. He's not a bad energy at all. I can see he is fun loving. He has a lot of love for you and he feels like you're his family. So what questions do you have for him? Six of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles, it both came out twice. That freaks me out, man. When I got all of these cards and the ghosties give me the same cards over and over and over. How do they do that? 10 of Pentacles twice. Out of all that. And then I had two 6 of Pentacles, but I just didn't take the second one because why would I? So what were your questions, Eliza? He's probably referring to some money here. Did he leave you any money? Eliza, I'm not seeing any questions from you yet, so they're probably being filtered out, and that happens sometimes on TikTok. So try typing short. If you type a long message, they often get filtered out. Just try putting it like real simple, I guess. Simply. Did John have children? So he's probably with his own father because the King of Pentacles is a father figure. So he's probably in heaven with his... Where's his dad? Is his dad living or passed? And did you say you had questions? So if you have questions, leave them there for me. I'm here for another 20 minutes. Oh, I see. Okay, I see that. So is his dad still alive? It wasn't like, I don't think that the dad genuinely believed it was your fault. It looked like he was just looking for a scapegoat. He was looking for someone to blame. He says, you know, that's my son. Like, that's my son. I can hear him saying that over and over, like, it's my son. And he also says you were supposed to keep him home, or you were supposed to be at home. I do hear some blaming, like you were supposed to be home, or you were supposed to be there for him, or something like that. And 5 of Pentacles is abandonment. So I see the dad blaming you, and I hear his voice saying it. But if that dad were honest with himself, he knew that John so he's like, if John had been with you, then he wouldn't have been drinking. What a convoluted way to blame you. That's very convoluted. Like, that dad would have to make up such a spin in his head for that to be your fault. But anyway. Oh, I see what you're saying. So had you been broken up at the time? Like, if you had stayed with him, then this wouldn't have happened. Okay. No, but the dad knows that it wasn't exactly blame. Like, I know it was, but in his heart it wasn't. And it says, he didn't know what to do. This dad, it was his son. He's like, my little baby boy, and I don't know where to put this anger. I don't know where to put this blame, so he just put it on you. Any other questions there, Eliza, before I close them out? Anything else to come out there, John? He says, I love you. And he wished that you never broken up. He says, I wish we never broke up. Okay. So, Jeannie, yes, I've been seeing your comments, my love. John is at rest. He's gone back to sleep, he said. He is at rest and at peace. Okay. Jeannie. Jeannie, am I saying your name right? So Jeannie, who's your person in heaven? You have a lot of angels around you, actually. Oh, no wonder. If your mom is there, she's like a whole army just herself. What's her name? It's like she's all the angels. Peggy. Have I spoken to her before? You have so many angels who pray for you. And your mom's like the ringleader. Like, it's like your mom's up there starting a prayer circle with all of her angel friends praying for you. It's really nice. She cares about you so much. Where's your dad? Is your dad still living? Aw, how nice. He's there too. Were they still together when they passed? My goodness, no wonder you have so much. You do. You have such an army up there. Have I never read for you before? Your ghosties feel familiar. Okay, I did, but just not from your mom. So Peggy, yeah, I think I did too. I felt like I did. So it looks to me like your mom and dad are still married in heaven. Whatever, that's what it looks like to me. I don't know if they were married still in real life or not, but they seem to be together in heaven. Peggy, what is the message that you'd like to deliver to your daughter right now, please? What's the message you'd like to deliver to your daughter right now? Jeannie, are you in a relationship? Or is that over? You look single in your mom's cards. You're not. Okay, good. Because you're not like a relationship. If you were in one that ended, she's glad that you're single. Okay. Your mom likes that you're single. Do you have a dog? Or a pet of some kind? Oh, well, your dog's probably in heaven. And I'd say your mom takes care of that dog. You're very blessed, Jeannie, as, you know, as bad as that is, because you're not. You're very unfortunate in your losses. But you have such a strong army looking out for you that on earth, you are blessed. So how are you doing? Like your mom is asking you, how are you doing? Do you have enough money? Do you have enough to eat? Do you have any friends around? Your mom kind of is really genuinely asking, like, how are you? If she could call you up, she'd ask, how are you doing? Is there anything you need? Jeannie, is there anything you need? Your mom wants to know. You take care of yourself. Okay. Okay, excellent. Excellent, excellent. 10 of Cups is happiness, and 7 of Wands is protection. So it's like your happiness is protected. Your family kind of stands around you like a fence. So, Mom, Jeannie's doing well. Do you want to ask her anything, Peggy? No, Jeannie, do you want to ask Peggy anything? She's talking about a man she used to work with. And a man she used to work with can give you money or something. Now, this might be a lawyer or something like that, and it might have been a really long time ago. But she did some kind of work with this man, and he made it possible to leave you some money or something. I'm not going to dig at that too much. You take that away for yourself. Any questions? Or I'll close her out. There's a man she used to work with who seems like he was kind of nice to your family, and it looks like he's sick at this time. So I'm not going to dig at this too much. I don't think we really know, like the man's not going to be here to speak for himself or something, but he's sick or he's in need or he's in pain or he's been injured. So Jeannie, keep that in mind. A man that your mom used to work with in some way. Now that can mean a lot of different things. Like maybe she used to go to his store to buy groceries. Or maybe he was a doctor, or maybe I don't know if she actually worked paid work, but he is now sick. So if you come across this situation, oh, interesting. So there might be some connection there. And it said that that he was able to leave you to make, like, it was like he gave her the ability to give you money. So something along those lines. These readings are posted on YouTube later, so you guys can watch them again and piece together the things. But she says, I love you, okay? She says, I love you. And I did see somebody else I was going to do. I only have like 5 minutes, but I was going to do... Oh, CM and her late boyfriend Andrew, please. CM, tell me your name. Chantel. Chantel's boyfriend Andrew. Chantel's been having nightmares. Are you trying to reach her? This is funny. I'll tell you his response. He said, I don't know, why is she trying to reach me? It's like if you were living and it'd be like, did you call me? I don't know, why did you call me? Because he's your ex. So he says, I'm not going to tell her unless she tells me, like, why is she calling? He's like, we broke up. What are you calling me for? But he says we're still friends. He still loves you as a friend, he says. He has passed over. Look, this is so cute. You two were a cute couple, actually. It's like you were this, like, typical couple, too. And it's like, you're like a romantic comedy. Yeah, you're king and queen of wands. And you stress each other out and, like, you fight and then you make up. And it says, like, you were better as friends than you were as, like, lovers. But he cherishes your relationship, I would say. And he did pass over. If you wonder if he's, like, lingering or stuck in the material realm, I see that he's not stuck here. He did transition to heaven. Okay? Six of Swords tells me that. But here's the nightmares. There is the nightmares. So are you traveling anytime soon, Chantel? Or is there a big change in your life right now? Some kind of transition, some kind of move, some kind of trip, or some kind of movement? What's the big event happening in your life? I kind of get a sense that there's something happening. Your mom and sister just visited. No, he's talking about something coming up in your life. Like a bit of a life change. Okay. So are they talking about moving near you? And you think your dad is ill. So these big life changes are the times when the ghosties come in, and he is disrupting your dreams for that reason. It's to kind of shake you awake a little bit and to make you be present. Sometimes the nightmares, the function of that is like to jolt you into your life. Because I think sometimes we can be going through life and we can just be like half asleep all the time. And he wants you awake for this moment. It might be a little nudge to you being like, wake up. Yes, there is. Yes, I would say your dad is sick. What do you know about your dad's health? I don't have a whole lot of time. Will he pass away this fall? I'm not going to predict the time of his death because that would be a danger of manifesting it. I do see some heart issues though. So what are you aware of with his health? I'm going to say no, I don't see him dropping dead this fall. I think he's going to have an illness and you're going to be aware of it. And things will unfold. Tell me, will there be a sudden loss for her? No, I don't think so. And if there is, you're not meant to know. But I don't see it in the cards. Okay? What I do see is heart issues, though. Probably a heart attack. I do feel pain in the arm. Probably a heart attack. Okay, you're welcome. Andrew, anything else that you need closure on here? He says take the advice of the doctors, whatever the doctors tell you to do. Your dad's probably really stubborn. And, like, your dad needs to go to the doctor. He needs to get on treatment. He needs to be taking pills. There is heart issues, so he needs to be on blood pressure, heart stuff. If he's not, that's what he needs. So if he's not there, that might be why Andrew was like, wake up. Because the Six of Pentacles here, when I asked Andrew, is there anything else in conclusion? And I do feel like he's saying, like, wake up. Six of Pentacles is giving, and I just see like doctors or nurses like telling your dad what to do and giving him medication, and he needs to listen because I feel like he's probably stubborn and just ignores, right? So that's the information, and that's what Andrew's trying to get to you. And he cherishes you and he loves you as a friend. Okay? Thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you next Tuesday. Make sure you follow me and shine bright out there.